and 37 points total in the second half. What changed? What happened?
I mean, their speed and quickness, and their ability to play in the passing lanes that makes them very disruptive, and they're disruptive, at key times in that second half. Those open windows that you have close really quickly with them. They have closing speed, they have quickness to be able to be in two places at once, and it looks like you have an open passing angle, and before you know it, like it's a pick. And that's a credit to them. They're arguably the most disruptive team in the league in terms of forcing turnovers, getting deflections, steals, and using their speed and quickness to their advantage. With that said, too, going down the stretch, I thought we had some really good looks. I'll have to look at the film, but in my gut, I actually think we did a lot of good things. You're really just trying to generate some open looks. Going down the stretch, and we did have some open ones, and we had some open ones that were in and out, in that final, 5 minutes. I think we were pretty well organized, got the ball mostly where we wanted it to go. Sometimes that's what happens. It's competition, and they just made more plays, down the stretch, and they made their shots down the stretch.
Eric, thoughts on how Markieff looked in his first game back?
Yeah, I thought that was just really uplifting, not only for him, but for us and the whole locker room. Everybody has seen, what he's had to do, the last, few months, and just really basically have it be a waiting game. That's extremely frustrating. But, he's been a great teammate. He's been great, behind the scenes, and he's really been putting in the work. So I think that allowed him to play the minutes that he played, and it looked like he was in really good rhythm, as well. It's not the same as 5-on-5, but he's going to get that pretty quickly because he's been able to do all that work, behind the scenes. I'm just really happy for him on the human side, that he's finally been able to be cleared. He was really cleared less than 2 hours before the game, and we've had a lot of really cool moments this season, and that was one of them.
We've all seen how much Tyler has improved, not just this season, but during the season, and he's probably having his best stretches now. But at the same time, understanding that Minnesota is putting 2 on the ball a little bit, so that might have been a good outcome. But is there another level for him to hit in the last 5 minutes of close games too?
Yeah, for sure. But his confidence is really exploding right now. And I mentioned, the other night, we're dependent on, his play right now. He's generating so many, good things for us, as a scorer, but also now as a playmaker, and also somebody now that is constantly being schemed, and that opens up other things for your offense. And he made some really nice passes, tonight, out of the traps, but also when he got into the paint. And then he, was putting some points on the board. And I think probably a lot of us thought that we were going to start to take some momentum, down the stretch once he hit that 3. From that point on, they just really, took control, and they made the most plays going down the stretch after he hit that 3.
On the injury report before the game, PJ, with the knee soreness, how did you feel like he came through this one?
Yeah, he's a warrior. He's so tough. So I'm just going to have to, constantly just communicate with him and monitor him and make sure that, he's, fresh, for when it really matters.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.